Today's show is brought to you by Even Keel Fish Shack.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We're coming to you from Even Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea, one of our usual stops on the Lunchbox tour, but a most unusual assemblage of all-star culinary talent is in the hizzle today, and it's kind of like bringing the band back together.
This is.
We have got Dean James Max, who is kind of the mentor to so many great chefs in South Florida, and he just opened a new restaurant in Deerfield Beach called Break House Kitchen. And then to his left, your right, is Pushkar Marath. He owns and operates a Stage Kitchen and Bar, which now has two locations. Palm Beach Gardens was the original. Now he's also in Boca Raton. And we've got, last but not least, our host today, the proprietor, co-owner of Even Keel, Brad Phillips. And these guys are going to be doing kind of a reunion dinner in conjunction with the upcoming Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, a special intimate dinner the evening of Wednesday, January 21st. Tickets available at vlfoodwine.com. All of them will be cooking that night. All of them will be here once again, but I am very fortunate to welcome all of them right now today to the Lunchbox. And I'm going to start with Dean because we'll go seniority order.
Yeah, right.
How are you? And welcome to your Lunchbox debut.
I know. Well, it's good to be on here. Thanks for having us. I've been wanting to do this for a while, actually. But, after COVID, I think I tried to lay back and retire a little bit. But
Didn't we all? I took a buyout from the paper, but every time I think I'm out, they pull it back in,
right? Yeah. So we've been staying busy. I've been staying busy, but it's got a new restaurant, the Break House. We just opened in Deerfield Beach with Daniel Ross from Oceans 234. And we were lucky. We had to bid on that. We had to bid on that location because it's a city-owned property. So they really liked our concept and what we were offering, and we got that. So it's exciting. You don't get better than really being right on the pier there.
Yep.
And we just want to do something fun.
One more option on the beach area here. Of course, we got Even Keel has been here since you moved from the original location, Brad. And I've lost track of time.
I think it's 6 years. I lose track too, to be honest.
Yeah,
time flies.
We opened the original, I think, in 2018, right?
And then we moved over here
during COVID.
So it was the end of 20. So it's the 21. So yeah, this next year will be 6 years.
That's it. I can do math, but it just seems to fly.
Yeah.
Pushkar, I've known you for the Sun Sentinel as a critic, and everybody would be afraid of me. Now you don't have to fear anything. Very nice guy. But I first met you, I guess, down at the Yee Kitchen in downtown Miami, where you were working. But tell people, before we get into what you're doing now, just how you first got involved and met this whole crew and where it was, and what a glorious time that was, too.
Yeah, I've known these two gentlemen for a long period of time. And as a matter of fact, Dean, who has mentored a lot of us, actually my first job in the United States was at 3030 Kitchen, and coming from Europe, Switzerland, that's where I got interviewed. And coming down here, it was one hell of an opportunity. I got to meet Brad there. Dean was still cooking when I was there for the most part, like in 3030, at least cooking with us.
Yeah.
He was there
cooking at those times.
And seeing him, and meeting Paula there, and
Paula De Silva,
Paula De Silva, and Jeremy Ford.
Jeremy Ford, who has gone on to so many things, and it's too bad that he couldn't be part of the collab dinner, but he's such a busy guy these days.
Yeah, well, you have to come do one of these down on his farm or something.
Yes, and he has invited me. I still haven't made it down there. I haven't seen Jeremy in a little bit, but he has taken part in some Visit Lauderdale events in the past couple of years, and got to knock back a few shots with him. But Pushkar, also welcome. Thank you for joining us, because this also is your Lunchbox debut, and we've been meaning to get up to your new stage location in Boca, and somehow things keep getting in the way. First, it was somebody got sick, and then somebody had a baby. Lubie there, our producer, off camera today. Thank you, Lubie, for setting up. But just again, 3030 Ocean was a restaurant that was based, and it still is, at the Harbor Beach Marriott in Fort Lauderdale on the beach. But what you did there is kind of like, the Bill Parcells coaching tree, like, where you had all these mentees and you mentored all this young talent.
Well, they were all amazing. I think I was talking a little bit about it earlier, because opening new restaurants now, and I think that the new generation, the mentality changes a little bit. It's a little harder to find some of these super passionate people, and what Brad and Dave and Jeremy and Paul and all of them had in common is that they were all hard workers, and they all were passionate about food and flavors, and all you had to do was really give those things, lay out that guideline of that, hey, we're gonna make everything fresh, we're gonna buy the best that we can, and then from there we're gonna cook it right. And I think you set up the right team. There was no slackers in that kitchen. There were no slackers on that. When you look at all the people that came out of there, from Adrian, who's at the Ritz-Carlton, and you had even Lauren DeShields, who's now a mother, and she doesn't work in the kitchen anymore. She was amazing. She turned into an amazing chef and held chef positions at Market 17 for a while before that had closed, and did an amazing job. You look at Neven Patel, who's
I
really
didn't even realize that he was part of that whole gang.
Oh,
too.
he was on the line at that same time with all of us, and I think it was just such a great crew of people that we had together.
Hey, Brad, let me ask you, how did you first fall into it? How did you meet Dean and get hired on?
Oh, my story.
Tell him the real story. Tell him the funny story.
So I graduated Culinary Student America, and I went home in Ohio, and my brother was graduating from Ohio State at the time. We decided, my family had a condo. It still does have a condo in Fort Lauderdale. We used to come down and hang out. I used to actually rollerblade around this corner when I was 12 years old. And we said, I think we'd like to maybe go to Fort Lauderdale, just somewhere we knew, but somewhere cool. And it turns out my mom and my aunt at the time had went to high school with the director of food and beverage global for Marriott, and called Robin Euler and said, hey, Brad is thinking about, just graduated CIA, is thinking about going to Fort Lauderdale. Do you know any chefs there? And Robin Euler's like, well, we got coming from California that's opening up a restaurant at Marriott Harbor Beach, and literally gave me Dean's phone number, called him, said, fly down when you want. My dad was in between, actually just kind of retired from the military, so we actually flew in his plane to come down here. I think that same day, same day. And then that was kind of it. Was I knew right away the thing that Dean always did was the product knowledge. So and then the techniques on how to do it.
Respect your ingredients.
Even looking back, it's been 20 years since we've done that. But even today, with mentoring all these young guys, it's the product knowledge, and then it's the cooking technique stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're aware, you know how to do it.
Yeah, and I think I would like to add something. While we were learning all of this, one of the most important aspects of what I learned, and a lot of us learned from Dean, was really at 3030 is there is more than just food. That human connection, cultivating relationships, and staying in touch, and it's not just about taking, it's also giving. So thank you for that, for giving that to all of us, and hence when Mike said, hey, you guys want to be here, and that kind of, we live by it, to just asking, hey, you want to be part of something, and it's
hospitality. The business is not called food or restaurant, it's the hospitality business, and I think all of you guys definitely are representative of what it's all about, because all of you have currently running and also from the past. All your places are so highly regarded, and it's really a treat to have gotten to know all of you first as a critic and now as a whatever I am,
Colleague.
podcaster,
Colleague,
colleague.
Mayo.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
A critique to colleague.
A supporter of all things restaurants. It's getting harder and harder. We all know that, especially for independent operators, local operators. But you guys are all doing bang up work. Brad, why don't you tell us, how did the idea of this dinner come together for the festival?
Well, I mean, we got the opportunity through Visit Fort Lauderdale to do an event, and David, we unfortunately, given how busy we all are, we never get to see any of these guys anymore. You know, Pushy's so busy up. I know it's only Dean's at Deerfield. That's what 20 minutes away, but he's all over the place all the time, and we always have stuff going on. So again, and it was almost an excuse to try and get together and do a collaboration thing. But every time we've ever done these in the past, it's equal parts us sharing something with our guests, but also us being able to bond again and reconnect a little bit.
And let me give the deets again for people. It's going to be a great event because you could tell by these gentlemen right here, they have a knowledge and passion for food. It's going to be one of these multi-course dinners that includes, I guess, some drinking, other pairings.
Yeah.
And it's, basically go online to vlfoodwine.com right now, and you click on the intimate dinners, and you'll see the Even Keel experience on Wednesday, January 21st. And if you type in the promo code Lunchbox, you'll get an extra 15% off the dinner price, which is a pretty cool thing. It's going to be a fun night. And so, again, this place, for those who haven't been to Even Keel, why don't you just describe the atmosphere?
Yeah,
here?
so it's more of a casual, upscale beach setting. We use all local product. We change our menu basically on a daily basis, depending on what our farmers bring us, what our fishermen bring us. This event will be rain or shine because most of our seating is outdoors. But that time of year, it's usually beautiful. Don't take today for what it is because it's not normally like this.
I think you got to keep me away because every time there's an event with me, it starts to rain. We did an oyster festival over the summer, but everybody still had a great time, and there's enough indoor seating. It's going to be
fantastic. We were just finalizing the menu. I think it's still not totally done, but it'll be a family style event. We're going to do 3 courses. We'll do some hors d'oeuvres, welcome cocktails, stuff like that, and then we'll sit down. And we'll do a collaboration of a family style first course, entree, and then dessert.
And Pushkar, just for people who might not be familiar with your background, obviously you have Indian roots, but you, like you mentioned, came from a European culinary training and lived there for a while. So what is your style of food? And I guess are you going to be having one of your kind of signature dishes here that night, or how does the whole collab work?
Yeah, super excited. So my style of cooking is really globally inspired. My roots are deep down in India, and I'm fortunate to live and travel around the world, a lot of different places. Worked in Cayman Islands.
These two worked together in Cayman.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't know that? That was like a whole year. We were there for over a year together.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the 30-30 days? That was like early 2000s?
I opened 30-30 in 1999, and then I was there until 2014, I think.
Okay.
But they were, during that time, they had come there, like both of them had started there. Pushkar had started there for, I think he was a year and a half because he was on a visa. And so he had to leave. And so I gave him the opportunity to go to the Cayman Islands, which I could easily get him that visa.
Right.
And then Brad at that time.
And you would open the restaurant at a resort there?
Oh, yeah. I have a restaurant down there. It's not in a resort. It's just a freestanding restaurant.
Oh, okay.
And then Brad came down there to be the chef. And then Pushkar was his sous chef down there. And those two guys worked together for a while. And then Pushkar got this great opportunity to go with one of the top chef guys, brought him back to Mumbai to open a restaurant with somebody famous there, and he went back, and then he liked it, but I don't think he was ready to be back in India. And then I had an opportunity in California, so then he went to be my chef in California. So the cool part about me at that stage is like we had grown, like all of us had grown up together, and everybody got better. So I would have just lost all these guys eventually, but I started to open other restaurants, and then I would put them there. Like Brad went to Columbus, and for me, he went to Cayman.
Then I moved to Dallas.
He moved to Texas for me and was a chef.
You had all different restaurants opening everywhere, and you would use your mentees to.
Hey, we were single and young. It was like we get an opportunity to go to the Caribbean. I got to move to Texas. Like,
I mean, he went to 3 different restaurants. Pushkar worked in California, came in Florida, and then Neven worked. Neven opened my Baltimore restaurant, and then he came back down here. Then he was in Cayman as well,
Right.
And then he came back and opened Iggy.
And it's great that you guys not only just stay in touch, but you actually helped each other build and grow. And Pushkar, God, I haven't really seen you, but congratulations! You've gotten some honors and accolades, and with Stage in Palm Beach Gardens. You opened that when that was how many years ago? And I know I made it in there at one point. I don't know if I ever got to review it. I might have already left the paper, but
Yes,
give me the background.
yeah, left the paper. It was almost 6 years in February next year, 2026. So it'll be 6 years. We opened, and literally 3 weeks in, we had to shut it down because of pandemic. I still remember the day, March 17th. I like honestly one of the worst days of, but it only made us stronger, and maybe like the takeout phase and the restaurant kind of completely took 360, and the menu changed. It evolved, and it changed for good. I must say, because we're still open through this tough times, and now thank you for what all you have done for
I don't
restaurant
do
industry.
anything except eat. Pushkar.
Yeah,
You
but
guys do all
but
the hard work.
sometimes like I love reading your Facebook group and all the support you provide for standalones, like small restaurant groups, and I love your true dedication for how much you vouch and educate people. Like, it's not only about, so stop being a Karen and like really look through what there it is
On
for
the
the
Let's Eat
restaurant.
South
Yeah.
Florida group, people complaining? Never.
I know, right?
But I think, it is like trying to herd cats sometimes. And God bless everybody out there who's watching. Happy holiday season, 225,000 people.
Yeah.
But I think I've been training them to accentuate the positive, try to be more understanding, and before you go on full blast on social media, try to get things taken care of with a person at the time of service instead of going on, a day later when nothing could be
Right.
done on my end about
Right.
it. So again,
Right.
it's been part of the process, and I think we are blessed with so many talented people down here and so many great restaurants, and from all different kinds of styles,
Yeah.
like what you guys do here, which is just like great food in the casual environment,
Right.
and it's just we're blessed, and we've got stone crabs now.
I
Well,
know, right?
to be honest, with Dean coming, we could not have stone crab. I don't know.
That's all, man.
Our food cost at 30-30 was like 75% during stone crab season
I was
because he just sit by that cooler that he had the drawer.
I
He would
just
sit over there
I
with the
just eat
spoon,
stone crab.
just sit over there with a spoon, just cracking stone crab.
It's a,
So
it's
it's
a
not-
weakness.
It's nice
Yeah.
when you have the Marriott Corporation backing you, and it's a hotel.
Yeah,
that you have to
exactly.
keep the restaurant open.
I,
no matter
I
your
remember
cost.
my first job in Ritz Carlton when I was really young. I think I was making like $7 an hour, but I was probably making about $35 an hour in caviar and crab.
Sounds like my old life. I had the company credit card. It was great. Well, gentlemen, let's just raise a glass in
Yeah.
toast and say salute, good health,
Salute.
l'chaim. And it's great to have everybody together. It's going to be great to have a fantastic collaborative dinner during the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Again, that's going to be Wednesday, January 21st. There is no excuse not to come. It's going to be a great time. I'm going to be here. And again, vlfoodwine.com for the tickets. And it's going to be a fantastic menu. You said you've figured out some of the courses? Can
Yeah.
we get into
Yeah,
specifics?
I already forgot what.
I know.
Yeah.
We're doing we like this family style because to be honest, the family style in an environment like this, it doesn't feel as pretentious. Everything's so individually plated. It's about sharing. It's kind of, you put little bit bigger tables together, and everybody kind of has fun really sharing the food. And what I like about it too, it's variety. Like, we're doing 3 different courses, but on each course we each do a dish. So there's a lot of variety happening when you pass it around. So if somebody doesn't eat something, they're really not missing a whole course.
Right.
They're only missing a division of that course. And so there's a lot of food. So there's really 9 courses if you want to look at it like that.
And I'm
Right?
sure it's going to be blending a lot of the great, local purveyors, whether it's
Exactly.
seafood, fishermen, and also the produce.
Right.
I know all of you gentlemen just love to spotlight the local. There's some great locally grown stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be really nice with that. And I think that's what you see at all these all the restaurants that we do. Is,
Yeah,
And I know you've got a busy schedule because we're coming up. First, Palm Beach has their Food and Wine Festival, and that's coming
yeah, it
up.
starts
and,
this weekend.
And then we've got, Visit Lauderdale, which has grown. It's beautiful. And, Phil and Kate were telling me that I didn't realize, but it has become the largest assemblage of local restaurants at a grand tasting in the country. They have over 75 restaurants represented at the grand tasting, which is going to be on January 24th. And you guys have been a part of that from the beginning, and you actually won the tasting award.
Yeah, we
There
did.
you go.
Well, it was funny. Dino will appreciate this. So, was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was
2 years
3,
ago.
yeah.
We woke up that morning, and it was like 40 degrees out. So, what do we normally do for events like that?
Soup.
We make soup. So I made I just randomly made like curried pumpkin. Curried
Nice.
pumpkin was something, and we did spiny lobster as the garnish. So everybody there at this event's doing ceviche and all this other stuff. We've got curry pumpkin soup with lobster in it, and there was a line. It took off. So yeah, whatever.
I think it won the People's Choice
We won
Award
People's
that year,
Choice,
which
yeah.
is great. But yeah, like comparing it to other festivals, they were saying that they have more restaurant, and again, that's all part of the whole supporting local. It's a great marketing vehicle for restaurants that maybe are overlooked or people haven't heard of. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
I think we got to take our first break. I don't know if you got to cut.
I'm gonna
out.
make. So we got stone crab, and I got a couple other things that we're gonna
All right,
make.
well,
for,
we're gonna
for next,
dig
for next.
in. We're gonna dig in on the stone crab. We're gonna take our first break. Before we do, a real quick word about one of our seasonal sponsors, Norman Love Confections. I don't know if any of you gentlemen
Yeah,
are
I know
familiar
Norman
with
Love from back in the day.
Oh yes,
Back in the Ritz-Carlton days.
there you go. He was a high-end pastry chef who
Yep.
branched into the world of fine chocolates, chocolatier. Started in the year about 2000 in Fort Myers, and now they've grown and they have these dessert salons all over, including in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, and also online at normanloveconfections.com. And it makes the perfect gift for clients, friends, family, chocoholics, stocking stuffers. There's all kinds of gifts available. Go into one of their 2 locations in South Florida or go online, even more convenient, normanloveconfections.com. But if you don't go into the store, you're going to miss out. It's just beautiful little jewels, works of art. Too pretty to eat.
His
then
chocolates are amazing.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
I've been eating his chocolate since, I think for 30 years. He's been just crushing it.
And we're late to the game, but I was so excited when we got into the new Boca shop earlier this year. We met their CEO, Lisa, and I was hooked and said, oh, yeah, I want to be involved with helping you grow down here, making people aware of it. And again, it's when you go into the salon, they have, coffee and hot cocos. They have pastries. They have macarons, but of course they're known for their chocolates. And again, normanloveconfections.com to go online and get it. And it's a great gift for the holidays and all the way up to Valentine's Day. Nothing says I love you like beautiful chocolates. All right, let's take the first break, and we'll come back more with Pushkar Marath, Dean James Max, Brad, and other things here at Even Keel Fish Shack, Lauderdale by the Sea after these words.
People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, Even Keel Fish Shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Do you love Italian food? I mean, who doesn't love Italian food? Well, have I got a great new place for you, Elvis Italian Grill. It's at 4261 Griffin Road in Dania Beach, right near State Road 7 and the Hard Rock Casino. It's named for its owner, Elvis, and it has all your favorites: pizzas, pastas, veal chops, fresh fish, lunch specials, happy hour, and has one of my favorite chefs, the wonderful Manuela. There's full bar, great wines, al fresco dining on the deck with a water view. Open for lunch and dinner every day but Monday. For reservations and information, go to elvisitaliangrill.com. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years. Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Looking for inspired comfort food in a cozy setting? Blue Collar in Miami is the place to go. Located at 6789 Biscayne Boulevard, it moved to bigger digs a year ago, now has full liquor, and still features all your old favorites from chef owner Danny Surfer. Fantastic burgers, the braise of the day, and the city's best key lime pie. And drink specials every day. Open daily with weekend brunch. For reservations and information, go to bluecollarmiami.com.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're so busy eating our stone crabs that we've got Dean James Max, we've got Pushkar Marath, and Brad Phillips just went back to the kitchen. And we got a nice little crew in here for lunchtime, even though it's a little bit of a drizzly, overcast day. It's the kind of day that you just want to belly up to a bar, have a couple of Bloody Marys, and
oyster stew maybe.
Yeah, $2 oyster day here at Even Keel every Tuesday, all day long, not just happy hour, and premium oysters from all over, including the PEIs, the Pink Moons I see they have on, Blue Points from the Long Island Sound and Connecticut, all of them $2 all day. One of the many reasons to love Even Keel Fish Shack.
And the Pink Moons are the one. Did you know that? They're just they're so perfect,
Yeah,
right? A pink moon.
always.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of Staj, because I made it in finally to the Boca restaurant, not for a full meal, but just to check it out and have some happy hour. But you do have oysters there as well?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do, and
Yeah.
we serve our oysters from Sebastian Inlet.
Yeah, I know.
I love that. Nicolette.
and Nicolette is a
great.
amazing lady.
We've had
And-
them here before. They
Yeah, Dave
and
Garrison
you know
too,
they do a great job. People don't think of Florida and inland oysters, but they have a whole system, right?
Yes, we have a silver and gold, so we're not as we don't have as much variety as amazing oysters at Even Keel, but we do serve oysters from. So if there's one oyster, like that's kind of the reason I decided to serve Nicolette's oyster out of Sebastian, because one, it's like kind of taking that stigma off of like, oh, the Florida oyster, it's not going to be great. But I will tell you, in a blind tasting, that oyster will give run to any of these oyster for its money. And we serve silvers, which are the smaller oyster, like a more like a cocktail size.
Yep.
With a turmeric, yuzu, ginger mint in it, and we serve it dressed completely. And then we do golds, which are a little deep cup, larger oyster. We serve inspiration from New Orleans, grilled oyster, but we grill it right on open wood fire. I got this
Yeah, those
grill
cool
made.
dishes.
The grill got made, which is shaped as an oyster. So the oyster cup, the shell sits right on top of this grill, goes right on the embers, and we finish it with chorizo, parsley, butter, and then some nice breadcrumb cooked in ghee.
Oh, nice. Again, you're always blending in some of your cultural background, the Indian elements into your global cuisine. All of it tastes amazing. I love it.
I think one of the things too, like you can see that too. I think all these guys, we work together when we were down in I think chicken liver here at Even Keel is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
And so is at Stage. And one of the things that chicken liver, I think that really derived from Cayman when they both worked down there. We had a lot of British that were down there, and they love chicken liver pate. So
Were
we
there
started
chickens running around the
right,
island?
We,
there?
had,
Is that-
we started chicken liver pate. So as they separated,
Lubie,
you know-
give Brad his headset back. He's
there
here.
you go. Brad's busy making his food, right?
Yeah. That's it.
But Brad ended up making his chicken liver that was like what his flavors were. Pushkar put spices into his flavors, and amazing.
Both of you, for those people out there, look, I grew up, I'm a Brooklyn Jew. I love my chopped liver, but this is better than any chopped liver that my bubba made back in the day. That's one of your signature dishes, and when I had it up there in Palm Beach Gardens, and you're on PGA Boulevard up there, you have the same dish now. You opened up, you're in that restaurant row area right behind Town Center Mall.
All great restaurants.
How long
in
has
there.
that been open now?
6
Maybe
months,
a couple.
7 months. It's right next to Motec and between El Camino and Motec.
And Boca can be, let's say, a challenging restaurant
Very
environment. How's it
challenging.
going?
I
up
live
there?
a mile away from his restaurant, and I don't. Having Break House is really Deerfield Beach, but yeah, Boca scares me. And like
Well-
Pushkar, having him down the street a mile away is so exciting.
But it's exciting for me. But I went in there and I was a little look. We got to get the word out because I feel like I should be, on the at the airport, the guys who are guiding people, the planes in.
yeah,
Because you got Motec on the right, and everybody loves the Mediterranean food now, and the skewers and the dips and everything,
Right.
and then you got El Camino and the Taco Tuesday and all that. And I was like, people, if you really want to have something that is different, unique, and quality, you got to come on in and check it out. Staj. Are people finding their way in?
Yes, they are, but it's a bit like you just said, it could be difficult. I think Boca people, you're gonna change that, but we could definitely. The opening 3 months were great. Summers were a little tough in Boca for everybody,
That's
but
summer.
but the restaurant row itself could use a little bit more awareness.
Well, we
People-
learned that from
Yeah.
being on Las Olas.
Yeah.
People down here, it tends to take a minute for people to get outside their comfort zone to try something they haven't tried before. Every restaurant that's busy on Las Olas has been there for 20 years.
Right.
There's not a lot of new places that are taking off, that are picking up, where you're going to walk to Louis Boston and you're like, no, you know what? I think I'm going to try this place.
Right.
But I know every time I go in here, I'm going to get my Popperdale with whatever.
Breaking people out of their comfort
Right,
zones
right.
is one of the hardest things to do. And it's one of my philosophies as an eater and restaurant goer. And I tell people this on the group sometimes is like, I don't know how many times people go out to eat if it's like 3 times a month, then do one of your old favorites, old reliables, one new place that you've never been before, and something that is maybe brand new. You know, and
I totally think the same thing. I'm like, if for somebody to like miss Stars and go into these other places, like I go to El Camino, and I think El Camino is a fine, Mexican spot, but you know what you're getting. It's the same, Staj has such interesting flavors and so many different things.
And people got to get over. Indian doesn't mean spicy. It just means there's different spices that are flavorful, but it's not necessarily going to set your mouth on fire like a hot sauce at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
But
spice does not mean spicy,
Right.
right?
I wouldn't even say he's really
He's an
Indian
Indian
even at
restaurant.
Staj. There's some Indian influences, but it's global, and it's
global.
like it's all about good flavors.
Well, I had on the happy hour menu, and it's a good happy hour menu there. I had the spicy cheesy naan bread,
Yeah.
and that one does have some kick because you got
That's
the
right.
the spicy pepper. But you also kind of, it's not a straight up Indian naan, like it's more of a puffier one. Or is that Indian and just a different regional, or is
No,
it?
it's our take on it because I love open fire cooking, and I have a 10-foot long grill there, and then instead of cooking naan in a tandoor, that's my like American take on it. It's got Florida red oak, and we cook the naan on wood fire, and then we put the spicy ghost pepper cheddar in
The
it.
ghost pepper cheddar. Yeah, that's got a
and,
kick, but that's what happy hour is
Yeah.
for. You kind of wash it down with
Right,
those
right.
cocktails.
Yeah, 100%.
If I asked the two of you to do a head-to-head matchup of your chicken liver pates, can you explain the differences? And
mine's Midwestern. It's the old school one. It's the roasted apple with the rosemary and the sweet onion.
Which I love.
Tons of rosemary. Yeah, good cognac or brandy.
and you serve it with what kind of bread? A pita?
We
or
do the brioche. We do like a grilled brioche. So a little eggier, yeastier bread, with a touch of sweetness too. And then we do the brulee on top with a little bit of chive and crispy garlic and stuff. But yeah.
And yours is
So mine is more like a Court Royale style, where it's baked and has an egg, cardamom, yogurt, which is very unusual to add creaminess.
yes.
And ghee, and the secret ingredient, which is not really a secret anymore, fenugreek and cardamom is what we use, which adds a lot of aroma. And then I brulee it as well. I think the bruleeing part was gifted to us from Dean.
Yeah.
We did that
It's a
somewhere.
master of
and
the
then-
torch.
Yeah,
The
like-
fun
Well,
part.
people don't understand. It's like because chicken liver, if it's if you usually do chop liver, then
Yeah.
chicken liver is actually easy because
Yeah.
it's so much fattier, it's smoother, right? But for people who don't normally love chicken liver in general, when they have a pate, it has a gaminess to it, just a light, because there's so much cream in it or yogurt, and there's things to blend it. When you put candied sugar on top of that and crack through that, it balances.
It takes away the bitterness and
Right.
that irony flavor.
Right.
Also, the fun part here is that we do that. We change our marmalade 12 times a year. We do.
Yes.
Right now, we're doing an apple butter, but we had pear and
You've
cinnamon.
done mango before?
Yeah, we do mango in the summer. We
Right.
used to do that.
Guava.
Strawberries,
And it's
guava,
all good.
blueberries in the fall.
That's where the sweet savory works
Right,
perfectly
right.
with something that's so fatty and rich like a liver. And people, put it out of your minds when you go out to eat, because it was one of the things I did as a critic, is like, just forget your own personal subjective taste of what you think you like and don't like. Put yourselves in the hands of the chef, and when you try their liver, you're not even going to know it's liver. It's just a delicious dish. And I encourage everybody to branch out of their comfort zones, both in the type of restaurants you go into and the type of dishes you order when you're in that restaurant. And maybe you should do a chicken liver throwdown during the food festival. man.
Yeah.
See which one the people
It's a comfort food thing. Like it's such a great like appetite. We put it on it was so popular here. We put it on the happy hour menu. Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got food in front of us. We are made our way through the stone crab portion of the festivities. What else did you prepare for us
Well,
today?
so a special request from Mr. Mayo. We did the homemade cavatelli carbonara, our twist on it. So that's Benton's bacon in the bottom, a little bit of peas, homemade cavatelli, a little bit of cream, and those are middle neck clams from the Northeast. Really, really nice.
Nice.
With a poached egg on top, and then just our seasonal salad with the pear, There's pomegranate seed. There's roasted pumpkin, gorgonzola, the toasted pecans. What else is in there? All kinds of stuff's in there.
And that's the healthy portion. I do need some greens.
Yeah, everybody
but we're
with a
gonna
little
get
bit of
to
baby
that
kale.
in a minute.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I love this carbonara dish. And sometimes you've changed up the pasta. Sometimes you did it with straight.
Yeah, I like to do a
linguine.
bucatini. I've always been a bucatini fan, but then we just started. We it was in the summer, and like we were only getting. It's just nice when you have time to be able to make your own. I mean, like if we could do, just a small kitchen back
That's
there. But
the Dean influence.
yeah.
rubbing
So we
off on
we
you.
just said what I think we ran out of bucatini in the middle of service. It's like we can't, we don't 86 anything.
Yeah.
So we just threw in the Roboku. We just started making our own pasta. And what's the fastest thing to make is cavatelli. So you roll it out, cut it into pieces, and then roll it on the pieces.
Necessity is the mother of invention, especially in a kitchen. And may I do the honors
Go
of
ahead, Mike.
breaking the egg? Is
Go
this
ahead.
like a special kind of egg?
No,
Is it
just a poach, just
it's
simple poach.
Poach
Yeah.
egg? Oh, look at that! Ooh, sexy! And then you gotta mix it around. Ooh, I'm an Instagram TikToker.
You're a TikToker now.
Not really.
Really
but,
doing it, Mike.
But we got Pushkar getting the camera out.
Yeah.
I like it.
I
wish
love
got
it.
that. Push that down.
I got
gonna be live
to
on-
do the favor.
Look at
for
that.
all
Oh,
of the
now it's
egg.
dripping. Now you can
Yeah.
mix it up. And I don't think I've tasted it with your house-made
Like cavatellis are great.
cavatelli,
Just super
so I'm
simple.
gonna just go in there.
Go in
and,
there.
I haven't-
Just flour and egg. That's all that's in there. A little pinch of salt.
Oh man.
oh yeah, that's good. And
You
that
know, you
Benton's
can't be pasta and clams and bacon. Good
Right,
Lord.
right.
What a
Yeah.
great weather
Yeah.
to have that.
I know. As soon as Mike said that, I was like, I think we're gonna. Yeah, we can make that happen.
and I like these. They're like those chicken and dumplings that you have
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Ohio.
Right.
It's kind of like that.
It's yeah.
Kind of heartier pasta, but
Right.
it holds up. I mean, and the smoky flavor from the Benton's bacon is just superb.
The Bentons and clam love each other, man.
They
Like
do.
it's a great combo. They're both obviously the Bentons is super salty cured, but the
Ham and
brininess
clams.
of the clam, right?
Ham and clams
Ham and
sleeping
clams. I
together,
know.
as they say in
Right.
Caddyshack. Dogs and cats, hams
Yeah.
and clams. It's all good here. Thank you, my friend. Dean, I've never really sat down to talk to you. What is your background? Where did you grow up, and how did you first get into the kitchen?
I grew up I was born actually a Floridian. I was born in Florida, but my dad was in the produce business, and we used to go in the summertime when there was no produce in Florida to sell because he was a broker. We went up north, and he ended up falling in love, wanted to have this farm in Virginia. So we were farmers for like 14. So I grew up my young part of career on a farm, and that's where I really learned about
Produce or dairy?
produce.
I mean, cows,
All
everything?
produce.
Oh, okay.
All produce. So I had every kind of animal. We had our own chickens. We had every kind of animal, and I think that's where I really fell in love with food itself. My mom was a great cook, and so we cooked a lot. And then my grandfather was actually a chef, and he had a bed and breakfast in Cape May, and so we used to go up there in the summer, and they were always making stuff. So I always loved that. But my dad always wanted me to take over his company, and so I went to Florida State Business School. So I have a finance degree in finance and marketing.
There you
Florida
go.
State. There you go.
Seminoles. My daughter
Seminoles.
is there now. She's coming back, taking her last final today. But yeah,
Yes.
go Noles. They actually won a national championship yesterday in football.
There-
The other football,
football.
soccer.
There you go.
Hey,
At least they're good at something.
Yeah,
Ruby.
exactly.
Sorry.
We've had a tough
That's
time
another-
lately.
That's okay.
I know. So I like, after graduating, I had gone to Italy and lived over in Italy for a little while, and that was where. And this was a long time ago. This was like 1988. So I was in Florence, and when I came back, it's like at that time you would know probably like that. Restaurants at that time didn't have really risotto in them.
No,
And
it
Italian restaurants had spaghetti and meatballs, and they had chicken parmesan, and they had lasagna.
Right.
Those was what they had. They didn't
was
have
it was
risotto.
Italian American restaurants,
Right.
things from New York and Philly, but it wasn't the true Italian. Had not taken hold. It was before globalization
risotto. You
and
never
the
saw
Food Network.
that.
Yeah, no, and
So it was like for me an eye opener. So I came back and I'm like told my dad, I said, Dad, I got to try this cooking thing. And I started with the Ritz Carlton, and I really just was smart enough to. I think at that time for me, I didn't actually never went to college. So for me at that time, I was smart enough to say, hey, I don't care what somebody's paying me. I just want to work for the best guy I can find. I gave my son the same advice.
the way it
that's what we did. We started working for him.
And-
He didn't care what he paid us. We didn't care what he paid
We
us.
barely paid.
He didn't care what he paid us.
and the
That's
name.
that's where he got it from.
And the name of Pushkar's restaurant, Staj. It's not Stage Deli. It's Staj,
Staj,
which
yeah.
obviously people in the culinary world know is when a chef wants to learn they go and basically volunteer to stay in a kitchen and hang out and work for free. It's called staging. And is that what inspired you to name the restaurant that?
It's the name came from, really, the inspiration was the humble position. You're always learning, and a stage menu is always evolving, adapting new techniques. And as a stage, you don't really have any specific. You don't say, "Oh, I want to just stage here." You stage in a lot of different things. You learn a lot of different technique. And as a cook, you might have ethnicity where you come from, but as cooks love to cook food, has no boundaries. There's no like, oh, I'm an Indian, I'm not gonna cook Italian food, or so that's like the love behind cooking.
Philosophy is embrace everything,
embrace everybody,
incorporate it, and try to move things forward and innovate.
We all learn from each other, like these guys. I look and see their restaurants sometimes. They might have taken stuff from me, and then I just opened that new restaurant, Break House, and we've got a bowl on there, a chicken bowl on there. It's got his butter chicken recipe on there.
That's good.
That's the best feeling.
It's not stealing. It's paying homage.
That's right.
It's imitation is the sim. No. And again, everybody puts their own spin on things. That's the exciting part of the restaurant world. Hey, we got to take our second break. Once again, these guys here, Dean James Max, really one of the titans of the South Florida restaurant scene. Pushkar Marath, who right now is just killing it, as they say, at his two stage locations. And, of course, Brad here at Even Keel Fish Sack. They do great things every day. Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, vlfoodwine.com. Go on there now to get your tickets for all the events, but particularly for that festival dinner here Wednesday the 21st. Use the promo code Lunchbox for the extra 15% off. Who doesn't like an extra good discount? All right, Lubie, let's take the second and final break, and then we'll wrap up this edition, and we'll get to eat a couple of more things and wrap it up after these words.
The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back at Even Keel Fish Shack with Dean James Max, Pushkar Marath, Brad Phillips, and we're talking about the upcoming Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. Get your tickets now for the dinner here. Again, vlfoodwine.com. It's going to be here on Wednesday, January 21st. One more word, Tropical Acres. We just saw the spot for them. And holidays, if you're looking for a spot for Christmas Day, they are open from 1 to 8 p.m., and they do have availability. Give them a call at 954-989-2500. Again, they're going to be closed Christmas Eve, open Christmas Day, serving 1 to 8 p.m., open New Year's Eve, closed Christmas Day. And now let me go down the road here, gentlemen.
Yeah, we're open
Brad.
Christmas Eve. We're open Christmas Eve, so if you need somewhere to go, we'll be open Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I think Thanksgiving's the only day every year that we
So you're
tend
open
to close.
Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. New Year's Day is going to be
everything.
big here on the beach.
Right, it's huge down here.
Pushkar, what is stage plans for the holiday hours?
We're open Christmas Eve, closed on Christmas Day.
Yep.
We're open Christmas Eve, closed on Christmas Day, open New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
Both locations.
Okay,
Similar.
Yeah.
And Break House?
Closed Christmas Day, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. They're open the rest of the time.
All right. And we were talking about, and first of all, apologies, Dave, your partner here, who also is part of the 3030 gang.
Yeah.
He had a rough couple of days. Well, I mean, you guys did
we had an event. We had the Heritage Fire event, which was really, really fun on Sunday. And then I had the opportunity of taking Monday off, and Dave was here yesterday. So
you were
he
sleeping
threw
yesterday,
he threw the white flag in today,
which is fine because we have only a certain
right.
number of headsets.
Yeah,
but we send regards, Dave McLennan, Dave Mack, great partner here and chef, and part of that whole 3030 Dean James Max gang. And Defo also sends regrets because we just didn't have enough headsets. But Defo, he loves you, Brad.
Huge friend.
Coming down here.
So it's funny. I used to listen. Mike's. I don't know if you guys know this, but his partner doing this podcast is Jeff DeForest, and he used to do sports talk radio in South Florida all the time. So actually, on my way, I got my culinary fill when I was working with you. But on my way to work, would listen to Defo on the radio, sports talk radio, on the way to work. So what was it during COVID?
Yeah.
Then all the Mike and I just struck up this friendship and just said, "Hey, man, I think it'd be fun to do."
I started appearing on their morning radio show, and my nickname or my moniker was the Gambling Gourmet because I would combine the worlds of food and sports and gambling and horses and poker, and one thing led to another, and here we are. So, and again, I appreciate your support.
I appreciate you. You've been a fantastic friend and colleague and all that.
I appreciate everything that everybody in the restaurant business does all year long. It is getting tough. The margins are thinner. I don't have to remind everybody. And again, people, show some grace, especially if you're going around the holidays. Things get a little hectic. You might have to wait a little longer. The kitchen might be backed up. Don't go running to Let's Eat South Florida. Just order another drink and chill out. That's what it's
Don't
all
make
about.
the hostess cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, I want to add something. Like when you go to small restaurants, small doesn't mean in the size. It's a small group of restaurant. You're not only supporting the restaurant, you're also supporting local economy because local restaurants like us, we are buying it from local farmers, seafood suppliers, or like local companies. And it's not like it's fine to going any big chains. I have nothing against anybody, but really that's a local coffee shop, local restaurant. You have someone who works there, really cares about you. When you are going somewhere in a big establishment, sometimes you don't know where that dollar is going.
And it's not going to some corporation or stockholder that's a half a world away. It is, you heard of
spread
trickle
here.
down economics. This is trickle around
Yeah.
economics,
Yeah.
where it's spreading the the love and the economy and the dollars
Right.
to the growers that are local, to the fishermen that I
Right.
know you guys work
Right.
with, and all the other things. So again, I try to impress it on the folks on Let's Eat all the time. I know times are tough, wallets are tight, but every so often, show some kindness and go eat local, support local, especially these guys now. Break House, we're going to be there soon. Dean,
Yes,
I promise.
you are. Gotta get
Push car, we're going to come with the lunchbox, the setup. Now you see our
Yeah.
intricate, technologically advanced thing, and we'll do it in Boca, kind of.
And also for those who don't know, we also have a restaurant called Ela Korean Cocktails.
That's right. You and your
which
mom,
is,
right?
Yeah, it's our traditional regional Indian restaurant, which is opening in West Palm Beach next year.
Oh, it's in
Also,
West, but it's already in Palm Beach Gardens,
Palm Beach
right?
Gardens, and we have a little soup salad sandwich concept
Oh,
called
good.
Mango Mercado,
Look at
and
you.
we do daily
What's it called?
Mango Mercado.
Mango Mercado.
Yeah.
Look at you learning from the master here, just getting your all kinds of different things open, and good. Well, congrats, and keep pushing it forward. And I guess Brad, anything else?
No,
big
so
coming
happy you
from-
guys could make it. Great to see good
Yeah.
friends, colleagues, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
really, really fun. Thanks for all your support,
This
Mike.
is great. Thank you for cooking up a storm as usual. And again, all three of these gents, and Dave, will be cooking up a storm January 21st. It's going to be worthwhile. Check it out. And again, a portion of the proceeds go to the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. So as we say, eat and drink for the kids.
That's
It's a good
right.
cause.
Yeah.
So
Why
Super
not?
excited.
all right,
Yeah,
gents.
it's gonna be good to get all these guys together.
Yeah. Happy, healthy, prosperous New Year to all. We'll see you all soon. And again, gracias for coming and making your way down through the traffic, through the rain. It's always a pleasure. All right, that's going to do it for today. I have no idea what day it is or where we're going to be. Oh, tomorrow, Shenanigans Sports Pub. It's going to be fun with Pat Utter getting ready for football playoff season. And his son's high school team, Chaminade Madonna, is going to be playing for a state title on Thursday. So we're going to be previewing all those games with Pat Utter at Shenanigans Sports Pub, Dania Beach, 1300 South Federal Highway. That'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. All right, that'll do it for today. Until the next time, for Dean, Pushkar, and Brad, I'm not touching the silent Lubie today. We didn't get to hear your laugh, but it's all good. I'm going to say thank you for the clams carbonara. Thank you for the stone crab and the salad.
Yep.
And remember to enjoy every sandwich.